How you doing, everybody? This is Max Farrow from Dex, and this is the DEXWB system. I want to quickly show you here in this part of the price. I'm going to be looking at price action or price level trading here with the 5-minute. And I want to quickly show you the process. Now, while we're doing this, video might be a little bit longer. I'm going to try to piece in what I can to make this better. But there is a signal that just fired off here for the British gold pound USD. And when it had, and what I normally will do is that I'll look at the chart. I'll kind of expand back just a little bit just to kind of see my direction here, right? That we're looking like we're going into a downtrend. So it feels like a pretty good opportunity. I'll use a little bit of common sense here to look at as a downtrend happens, it creates lower highs and lower lows, right? On a downtrend too, I want to make sure that I'm within a certain amount of forgiveness, that it's not going too far past the last high that we're looking for, right? Because you get these hills and valleys of information, right? Now, as you can tell, there's a double top here, right? This is where two really good highs have sort of came very close. You can see 1, 2, 3, almost a triple top here. And sometimes that's a momentum of, something about to happen, an event, if you will. What that event will result really depends on a lot of other factors. So when this signal first came out, it was imperative to look back at some of the other areas that we're looking at for, like right in this area, and what pricing structures we were going to be at. So if I would have taken this particular trade, I would have looked at 2372 as a possibility, or I could have come back to the previous arrow and looked at what height that was at when its signal fired off. So 2369. So 72 or 2369. So if I jump over to Nadex, get to my 5 minutes, and I know there's nothing there right now because it's about to end in 13 seconds. There's 69, okay? And there's 73. Now, I would have probably put a working order on the 73 and not the 69, okay? So it really depends on the availability of what the market looks like. It depends on a lot of other factors, what's available. Here we go right now. We just had another couple of arrows go off here on the EuroUSD, as you can kind of see. Now, this one here is a little bit far back here because look at that big, huge candle that just happened right now. When I say big, huge, it's a 0550 to 0554, so it's only about a pip, right? So a lot of this little micro pip movement on the 1 minute chart, but it looks big, right? It looks pretty big. If I expand back, I can see it's in a downtrend. I can try to come into, if it's going to be creating lower lows as it goes, I can probably use this low here of 0552, or I could try to stay at that little high 0554. I can shoot over to Nadex on the EuroUSD. 0554, 053, there's 55. Now, if I wanted to play it safe, I could come in and use the 55. I'll use the 0553. I want to stay, because I'm going to put a working order for the number that I want, even though that it's sitting at 20 right now, and some people could take that as an ITM trade. I'm price level trading here, and I'm using a working order at the $30 level. In the previous videos, I've told you that stay about $30 on the sell side and 70 on the buy side, right? If I was doing a at the money trade process, I would really be looking at something that was considered at the money. But you could see 0553 at 1750, the very next one down doesn't have a market price available for at the money. It's at $80 on the sell, right? That's telling me that they really do feel like it's not going to hit below that 0551 just yet, right? That's really super high. Now, this tells me there's a little bit of unusualness happening in the market as well, especially for the market makers to be in there. There's not a lot of bid size available, and there's not enough. Now as it's starting to drop down, it may be a possibility, okay? But again, the 0551 is still sitting at OTM, so we wouldn't have looked at this as a possibility. Now, is it a possibility that the 0553 will hit? Could be, as we'll sit here and wait. But I'm going to pause the video, and if this gets picked up, then we're golden. If not, then we'll wait for another one. Now, as we're waiting here, I'll quickly show you too, why wouldn't I have gone after the USD JPY, is that we had a very far off number, if you will. That the numbers for us to be able to get into a particular trade with this one was really way down here, 113.39 and the 47. So I didn't feel, when I see this much movement, I didn't feel like we had something good to get into there. So I didn't pursue. That's why we went after the EuroUSD. I could have looked at the Audi USD as well. But again, there was a, I really I didn't have a chance to look at it. I just went with one trade here just to kind of find out what I needed. I try to stay with the ones that I see a good trend with. This was also having a nice little push down, which is really nice. You can kind of see that it does when there's a nice down trend to it. The down model works very well. Up model works extremely well. When you're going with the trend that has happened, is usually within these 3 or 4 arrows up, you're going to get some good trades on there. So keep that in mind too. The trend is your friend in this case, in just about every case. All right, look at that. It got filled the last couple of seconds here. I can't believe that. Got filled the last couple of seconds. We're 0552, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Look at this. This was live money. This is, well, not live money. This is a demo account. But that's a trade that actually just happened, and I was away talking about it. It got picked up, as you've seen, for the $30, and that was a win. I guess that's sort of how it easy is on it. We're doing a working order, and there you go. I'll stop this video for now, and we'll make another couple. You'll see in the succession there'll be a playlist of trades on trading in this process. So I do hope that you enjoy this, and we'll see you next time. I'm Max, and this is Dex, and as always, trade well. You know what? I was just about to leave, and I wanted to quickly show you that that was a win. I feel bad. I do feel bad. There's it happened right there. Okay, look at 23.40. Okay, it's 23.39.46. So that's 14 seconds left. Okay, in the last 14 seconds, that pair got picked up. So that was pretty powerful. Okay, so I just wanted you to see that that was a real trade that got picked up in the system there. All right, so we'll see you in the next video. Trade well.